The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Okay, so first, we're going to bring up Pastor Jay Gooden Jr. from Miracle Revival. And then afterwards, we will be bringing up Iman Salih Muhammad from Yankasa Association. So give it up for Pastor Jay Gooden.
Can we just give the Lord a hand clap this afternoon? I'm going to ask everyone if you would just relax by standing. Everybody's standing as we reverence the presence of God. We don't ever want to do anything without God's presence. Can I get a witness? Just look at the person standing next to you. Come on, take a quick peek. Look in their brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. They may be sleepy, maybe red eyes. Whatever color they have in the day, tell them it's good to see you. Tell them 2 years ago, we didn't think we would be here, but God has been good to us. Can I get a witness? I dare you to just inhale and exhale and say, God has been good to me. Let us pray. Oh Lord our God, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. It is because of you that we live, we move, and have our being. We thank you for this day, for this is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And so as we invoke your divine blessings upon this most auspicious occasion, we also ask for your divine blessings, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and your guidance for our daughter of the Bronx, Councilwoman Althea Stevens, as she continues in the footsteps of rich and historical legacy of the Council District 16 here in the Bronx. The legacy of Councilmember Reverend Wendell Foster, who was the first black elected city official from the Bronx. Then his daughter, Councilmember Helen Diane Foster, the first black female city official from the Bronx. And our newly elected Madam Bronx Borough President, Vanessa L. Gibson. Yeah. Our first black and female Bronx Borough President. And so we pray you give Councilwoman Stevens the strength, the courage, and faith to carry on the torch that has been lit ahead of her. We thank you for her desire to have been chosen for a time such as this to lead the people of District 16 of the Bronx. And I pray that you impart a spirit in her, the courage of a Harriet Tubman, the strength of a Rosa Parks, the wisdom of a Sojourner Truth, the class and a little sass and pizzazz of a Michelle Obama. We pray you give her the insight, fortitude, and tenacity as she legislates in city government on behalf of our constituents. We pray you be the wind beneath her wings and that your holy word be a lamp to her feet and a light into her path. And as we pray your blessings upon our Councilwoman Stevens, we pray that you give her favor with you foremost and with her fellow men and women to be the change agent in the changing environment, to bring common unity, to build a stronger community. Help her to always stand tall in integrity for truth and justice for all. Lastly, we ask your blessings upon our Bronx Council District 16, our borough of the Bronx, our city of New York, our state of New York, and our nation. Make us one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Most importantly, help us to realize the significance of we are better together. These things we ask in your matchless name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Hey, everybody. Now we'll be bringing up Iman Salih Muhammad from the Yankasa Association. It's a Ghanaian nonprofit organization with over 5,000 members around U.S.
Let us pray. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the universe, and the merciful. Lord of the day of judgment, you alone do we worship, and you alone do we turn for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not of those who have incurred your wrath, nor of those who have gone astray. Amen. Before I continue invoking verses of the Quran to help our sister for this responsibility that we have bestowed, put on her, I would like to give a word of advice from the perspective of Islam. Being a leader is a responsibility. You're going to be accountable with Allah, because those you are leading are all servants of Allah. So you have to be justice among those you are leading. To this, I would like to quote the Quran, chapter 38, verse 26, where Allah was talking to David. He said, David, we have given you majesty over the land. Judge fairly between people. Do not follow your desires, lest they divert you from God's path. Those who wander from his path will have a severe punishment because they ignore the day of judgment. Also, Quran says in chapter 3, verse 8, O you who believe, be firm witness for the sake of Allah in securing justice. When you are in the position of a leadership, you have to be just to everybody. Let not hatred for people tempt you from justice. For example, there's an election, some people voted for you and don't let their hatred, tempt you from doing injustice to them. That's what it means. Allah says, be just. That is nearer to the fear of Allah. I will end this by the saying of the Quran also, where Allah was talking to Prophet Muhammad. In a sense, he's talking to us. When you are a leader, this is what Allah says to you do. It is by God's grace that you were gentle with people. When you are a leader, you have to be gentle. For if you had been harsh and hard-hearted, they will surely have deserted you. So a leader should be gentle to his people, very nice to people, those who elected you. So bear with them and pray for forgiveness for them. Take counsel with them in the conduct of affairs. Whenever there's a decision, that's democracy. Speak to your people. They elected you. Speak to them. Seek their counseling. And Allah says, when you do that, then when you have decided upon a course of action, place your trust in Allah. For God loves those who place their trust in Him. If God helps you, none can overcome you. But if He withdraws His help from you, who is there who can help you beside Him? So may Allah continue to help our sister. May Allah give the wisdom to be able to carry this responsibility that people have entrusted her. To this, I'm going to invoke some verses of the Quran. After that, you say, Amen, inshallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Amana ar-rasul bima unzila ilayhi min rabbih wal mu'minun. Kullun amana billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi. La nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusuli wa qalu muslimina wa atana bi fanaka rabbana al-masir. Amen.
Please welcome Rakisha Glover, Youth Advisor for New Settlement Program for Girls and Young Women, who will be performing the National Anthem and Black National Anthem. New Settlement is another phenomenal local organization serving youth, families, and tenants. We are happy to have them here to celebrate with us, so please stand up.
what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who have brought us along on the way, thou who have by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet straight from the places of God when we met thee. Lest our hearts, full of the wines of the world, we forget thee, shadowed beneath thy hands. May we forever stand true to our God and true to our native lands.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Hello, my name is Aisha, AKA Althea's sister. And I stand here on behalf of our entire family today just to tell you how proud we are of you. I've known you your entire life, and I must say, when we were little, we used to play church, and she always wanted to be the pastor. So I knew that she was destined to be a public servant leader in some capacity. And you know the saying goes, every big sister has a little crazy sister behind them, and I'm so, so grateful for mine. I've watched you overcome so much. You've become a leader to so many. You've inspired many, including myself, and you are just a powerful, powerful, badass woman. And I'm so grateful to stand here and say, my sister, Althea Stevens, council member, today, I love you. I'm so, so proud of you. And I will do my part as your sister to not only uplift you, keep you grounded, keep you in prayer, but most of all, keep you laughing. Because I know in this capacity, you're gonna need laughter and lots of love. I love you, and we are so proud of you. Keep going, sister. You're powerful. And I'd like to introduce U.S. Senator Majority Leader, Mr. Chuck Schumer.
Which one? One of them works and one of them doesn't. Which is better? This one. This one. Okay, now first, let's have a round of applause for the great Althea Stevens. Do we love her? She is amazing. And this is a great day for her, as it is. There's a lot of reasons it's great, but that's one of them. But another reason it's great, how many of you took part in this great democracy by knocking on doors for Althea, campaigning for Althea, helping Althea? Raise your hands and applaud yourself. Woo! Democracy in action. So it's a great day for Althea. You know, she comes out of this grand tradition of believing in the community and knowing everything in the community. It's a tradition that was started by Aurelia Green, who I served with in the assembly, and then followed through on by now, but then councilman, our great Vanessa Gibson. And that great tradition was passed on to Althea. And when Althea had a town hall meeting with Chantal, right? You were there. And LaToya, is she here? And Vanessa. And it was people from every walk of life in this district. Her relationship with them, her understanding of them, her desire to help them was just overwhelming and incredible. It knocked my socks off. And she didn't come from a fancy background. She was a single mom and raised her daughter. Her folks struggled, but she was always committed to the community. And so she got here the hard way. She got involved in the NAACP. She got involved in NYCHA. She got involved in so many organizations that there would be no one better when Vanessa ran for the borough presidency to take her place than Althea. So we like to say this, folks. No one put a silver spoon in her mouth. No one plucked her up. She got here the old-fashioned way. She earned it. It's also a great day for her family. Her mother, Gloria Robles, I met her grandmother, so proud. And guess what her grandma's name is? Althea! Nina Turnbull, her sister who just introduced me, Aisha. So many great members of the family here. Her father, William Garland Stevens. And you know, when someone gets into office, our families have burdens, but they also have our back. They have burdens. And I tell the story. My daughter had her five-year-old birthday party. And a local pastor at the party began called me up. He said, there's an Easter pageant we're having at the church. 300 senior citizens are lined up outside. It's a cold March evening. But the Con Ed man has locked the door on us. He won't let us in. He said we didn't pay the bill. We did pay the bill. Come over here and straighten him out. So I left my daughter's 5th birthday. It started. It took me 3 hours to tell this Con Ed man to open up the place. He did. But I missed the birthday part, my daughter's 5-year-old birthday party. She's 32, she reminds me every month. But our families also have our backs. I was talking to somebody a while ago, and my wife is pulling on my suit jacket. Shh, shh, shh. I said, what are you doing, dear? I hardly recognized him. I didn't quite recognize him, vaguely familiar. You know, you've experienced that. I said, what are you doing, dear? I'm talking to the guy. She said, don't you remember him? He insulted you 15 years ago. Our families always have our backs. It's a great day for Althea's family. It's a great day for this wonderful district. By the way, Althea, who did that? Did you notice this, folks? This is amazing. Althea District 16. Whoever did it, if you're here, thank you. I got to get you to do a Chuck New York State one at my swearing in. But in any case, it's a great day for this great 16th district. It's a district that has people who are in the middle class. I'm sure we have some people in Concord Village represented here. It has people in NYCHA who are struggling. People who are in the middle class but want help staying there. It's hard to stay there. People who want to get to the middle class and need some help and some ladders up. That's what this district is all about. It's the real future in New York City. They could have no better council member than Althea Stevens. So it's a great day for the 16th district. And finally, folks, it's a great day for America. We know all the trouble going on in this country. How'd you like, I want to take a note here, how'd you like what those, I don't want to use a bad word, curse word, but how'd you like that those son-of-a-guns tried to do to our first nominee, African-American nominee for the Supreme Court? But she held up so well and so strong and didn't give them any pause that she actually gained when they attacked her. And guess what happened yesterday if you didn't read it? Our toughest Democrat, Joe Manchin, said he's voting for her. She's in. By the way, Bronxites, I had a little bit of a hand in the last Supreme Court justice that we had of color. I whispered to Barack Obama when there's a vacancy in the Supreme Court, you should pick Sonia Sotomayor from the Bronx. He did, and we're proud of her, too. So, anyway, there's lots of trouble in Washington. And so I conclude by telling my little story about Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin was seated in a coffee house the day after they wrote the Constitution. And one of the leading ladies of Philadelphia went over to him and said, Dr. Franklin, what have you gentlemen, they didn't allow women in those days, what have you gentlemen created in there in that room? He rifled back at her, he said, Madam, we have created a republic if you can keep it. Now, what did he mean by that? What were they worried about when they wrote the Constitution? There were so many troubles. I don't know if people remember this. When they wrote the Constitution, you know who could vote? In most states, you had to be a white, male, Protestant property owner. Raise your hand if you could have voted. Oh, we got someone back there. One vote. But you would have voted for Althea, she would have won anyway, right? But anyway, So many troubles. But here were the two things they worried about most, but they knew could vindicate and preserve this republic with all its troubles. The first thing, it's not what you might think of. First, they were worried whether people would even participate in this grand new experiment at democracy. They knew human nature. They knew we're all busy with our jobs, our families, the ups and downs of life that God visits on every one of us. Would they even participate? And second, they wondered who would run for office. They were worried that the people who would run would put themselves first, ahead of the community, for money, for ego, for power. Well, let's look here at this beautiful room this afternoon. It is filled with people who are so involved in our political life, in our community life, in every walk of our life. The public is certainly participating. And second, who have we elected? One of our very, very best, who always puts the community first, Althea Stevens. So, it's a great day for Althea, a great day for her family, a great day for the 16th, and a great day for the United States of America. We're going to fight to keep our democracy like we're doing this afternoon. God bless you all.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be here. My name is Rigo Noel. I'm the Executive Director of New Settlement, and I've known Althea since 1997. We actually went to high school together. My social studies teacher, Mrs. Pruitt, is in the building. Miss Pruitt's here. And so Althea, myself, Crystal, Noel, and Michelle, we were in mock trial moot court together. That's where Althea learned how to argue. Guess it's paid off. And so it's so interesting. After I graduated high school, our paths crossed again when I was at the Boys and Girls Club. And Althea came in. She was wanting to work with this young person. And so we connected briefly. And then fast forward to 19, I'm on a call with a bunch of other CBOs, and Althea is there. And I was like, hey, how is this possible? And so Althea has dedicated her career to youth development. And so that is how our paths continue to cross. And I'm a strong believer in faith. And so we were on a call together and we said, you know what, I think we want more, right? And so we both left our jobs. I became the executive director of New Settlement. And 1 year later, Althea Stevens became council member-elect Althea Stevens for the same district that I happen to work in, which is, how is that? God, that's right. And so I just wanted to let you know that you are one of the strongest women I know. Your journey has not been easy. And if you look around you, you have hundreds of people here to support you. And so I know you don't like praise, but this is your time to shine, okay? And I look forward to helping the families in the Bronx together, as we should have done. I wish I worked with you sooner, but I'm excited about our future together. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michelle Lewis, and I'm going to read from what I wrote because I wanted to make sure I said all the things. So Althea Stevens, or Mia, as we like to call her, and I have been best friends for over 20 years. And so are the other ladies of leadership. Raise your hand. Okay, thank you. So as I began to think about what I could say about a person I have known for so long in such a short amount of time, what kept coming to me is that this moment makes so much sense. This moment in time when those of us who know Councilwoman Stevens, as Mia, get the honor to witness her being inaugurated makes so much sense. Why? Because our high school experience was full of moments when we advocated for ourselves and classmates in ways that I'm sure annoyed the adults who had to endure our questions, suggestions, refusals to comply, more questions, more suggestions, and occasional attitude. Well, yes. Our high school experience was so pivotal because it set the stage for Mia to embark on a journey of service and advocacy once we began our lives in the real world. I know firsthand that she faced so much adversity when she was in 10th grade and pregnant with my amazing goddaughter. Okay. Initially, so many adults didn't believe that she would be able to continue high school, but Althea never proved their disbelief to be true. I remember a Tierra that our group of friends shared the responsibility of getting packets of work for her to complete while home with a newborn. When she returned, her average in all of her classes was better than her peers who actually attended. I can remember her participating in mock trial, moot court, debate, and internships. Shout out to Ms. Pruitt.
Yes.
Althea kept working hard and focusing on doing all the things we all wanted to as high school students because she knew that she could. She could because her drive and dedication to not be a statistic showed the adults in her life that she could do it all. So Mia was surrounded by people who embraced her and supported her. That support outweighed her experiences with those who still didn't believe or know her enough to see that she was unstoppable. So her choice to dedicate her life to youth advocacy made so much sense because she understands what it means to be supported at the most pivotal times in a young person's life, regardless if there are challenges along the way. Her journey to city council made so much sense, and this moment makes so much sense. Councilwoman Stevens, the ladies of leadership are so proud of you, and we will continue to ride with you forever. Thank you. So I have one announcement, and then I'm going to do an introduction. On your tables, you have table tents. There's a question. There are little cards for you to respond to the question and put into the little bucket. So please, when you have time, do that. I am honored to introduce U.S. Congressman Richie Torres.
So we are living in a golden age for a strong black woman. From Ketanji Brown Jackson to Tish James, to Adrienne Adams, to Vanessa Gibson, to Chantel Jackson, to Althea Stevens. And when I first met Althea, it was love at first sight. I knew, and although if you have a boyfriend or husband, I meant that metaphorically, so. When we first met, I knew that I had to support you. I knew that you belonged in the New York City Council. You know, I often meet candidates for public office, and I will ask them, why are you running? And you'd be amazed by the number of people who struggle to answer that basic question. Althea knew from day one why she was running. Right? She is on a mission to lift up our young people, to give them a fighting chance at fulfilling their God-given talent and potential. And so I asked, Althea, what committee are you looking to chair? And she said the youth committee, which is not a common answer. Right? She chose not a committee that had the most perceived prestige and power, like finance or land use. Right? She chose the youth committee. Right? She chose the committee that spoke to her purpose in life. And so I feel like when you're a public servant who's driven not by power and prestige, but by purpose, you're someone special, and God has blessed us with someone special in the form of Althea Stevens. And as the chair of the Youth Committee, she has partnered with the mayor and the speaker to expand the summer youth employment program to levels we've never seen before, 100,000 jobs for our young people. You have accomplished more in a few weeks, Althea, than many people have accomplished in a lifetime. And you make us proud. You know, a wise person once said, she who has a why to live can endure anyhow. And as a single mother, we all know that your why to live was your own child. But as a council member, your why to live is not only your own child, but all of our children. And we know you're going to fight your heart out for all of our children, just like you would fight for your own. And that, to me, is a blessing from God. And I'll end on this note. You know, you're often judged by the company you keep, and the third question I asked you in our first meeting was, who are your friends? You know, who are your allies? And you said that my mentor, my best friend, is Diana Ayala, who is one of the kindest people I've ever had the pleasure of serving with. And so although I regret that I will never have the opportunity to serve with you in the council, it gives me hope and comfort to know that my political home, the New York City Council, is in the care of powerful mothers who will fight for our children as only mothers can. God bless you.
Hello, hello. District 16, how we doing? Claremont, Concourse Village, Highbridge, Morris Heights, Mount Eden, Morrisania, how we doing? All right. My name is Justin Brandon. I'm a city councilman from Brooklyn, New York. I left my house yesterday to get here. But like the congressman said, when I first met Althea, there's certain people you meet for the first time, you feel like, how could I not have known this person my whole life? And that's what it was really like the first time I met Althea. I remember talking to her, me and Kate Connolly and John Yedden, we met in a little coffee shop. She wanted to run for office. I said, all right, you got anybody supporting you? Not really. You got any money? Not really. Any unions or anything with you? Nah, not yet. I said, all right, I want to support you for city council. Because I saw her heart. I saw that she cared. I saw that she was running for the right reasons. She wasn't running just to put her name up on the awning. She understands that winning is just the beginning. Winning office, taking elected office, it's just the start. Then you do the work. And Althea is someone who empathy comes easy for her because she's got the lived experience. She's walked in other people's shoes. She knows the struggle. She knows how to turn struggle into solution. She knows how to turn pain into purpose. And those are the kinds of elected officials that we need right now in this moment. People who have lived the life, who have lived 1,000 lives before they ran for office. I got kids I grew up with who they wore a bow tie when they were 2 years old. They said, when I grow up, I want to be president. That's not who we need right now. We need people that are of the people, by the people, for the people. And that's Althea Stevens. And that's why we're all here today to celebrate her. And Althea knows that making sure that our kids are taken care of is what's so important. Once you get to my age, that's it. It's over, right? But our kids are what it's all about. We got to make sure that they're taken care of, that they're given every opportunity, every chance, so that they can grow up and they can also one day run for office. And that's why it was so smart and so telling that the Speaker of the City Council, Adrian Adams, chose Althea to chair the Youth Services Committee. And it shows that our Speaker knows what these districts are about, what our members, our strengths of our members, and how we can get the most done. So I'm excited to be here for Althea today. I love you, boo. That should have been a text. That should have been a text. But it is my pleasure now to introduce the Speaker of the City Council. Please welcome the Speaker of the City Council, Adrian Adams.
Thank you all very much. Thank you, Justin, for that do-over. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, my goodness. It is my extreme pleasure, joy, and honor to celebrate my colleague who represents District Suite 16 in the Boogie Down Bronx, Councilmember Althea Stevens. You know, Althea represents dynamism in the New York City Council. Althea walks in the room and she commands your attention, am I right? And so when we stand here in this historic moment, Althea, where you stand with us, one of 31 women strong for the first time ever in history in the New York City Council. When you stand here willing, ready, and able to legislate and govern for the people of the Bronx, of District 16, and of the people of New York, you are the face of a nation, my sister. And I celebrate you. We represent our council members today. I always like to shout them out because they are amazing and they always support each other. They come out for each other. So we celebrate Councilmember Kevin Riley, Councilmember Crystal Hudson, Councilmember Eric Dinowitz, Deputy Speaker Diana Ayala, the first, Councilmember Pirina Sanchez, Councilmember Julie Menon, Councilmember Sandra Ang, Councilmember Linda Lee. That's my crew. Who did I miss? Of course, we have our first African-American majority whip in the sisterhood of Councilmember Selvina Brooks Powers. And so as we stand here as a brand new city council, a brand new session full of life, but most importantly, Althea, full of love for the people that we represent. And you know, Althea is very special. You know that, District 16. She is very special. We've had a few chats, and I said, Althea, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in the council? Althea always says, just put me in the background somewhere. Put me in the background. I don't need to be seen. And I sit there and I look, really? Althea, like I said, commands presence when she enters a room. There is no background for Councilmember Althea Stevens. She is in the foreground in leadership, as I've appointed her to lead the Committee on Youth Services. And that is the wisdom and the drive that embodies her spirit and her person. She is here to work for the youth of the Bronx. She is here to work for the youth of the city of New York. She is here in partnership to restore and increase, as Richie said, our congressman said, unprecedented heights for summer youth employment. And we want more than just the unprecedented 100,000 jobs. And we're going to continue to work towards that in the city council. So I stopped by to tell you, Althea, how much of a treasure you are to the sisterhood of the city council, a brand new women's caucus of 31 women strong. It's unprecedented. And we stand in power together, Councilmember Stevens, to represent the most diverse city council in the history of the city of New York. We are starting new things. Behold, the Bible says, I shall do a new thing. We must believe it because we embody it. And if we believe it, we will fulfill it. My sister, I congratulate you. I love you dearly. God bless you.
Hello, everyone. My bad. Hello, everyone. I'm Javier. That's true. I was on her campaign team. I was putting flyers on doors, slipping them under doors for her. I was doing everything for her. And now I'm ready for her to do things for this city council. And I've known Althea all my life, and she's an amazing person. So I hope all you guys can see that in her. So good job, Althea. Look, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, just like me. But good job, Althea.
My name is Bonnie, and I'm Javi's mom. And Althea, I'm talking. I just gotta make sure she hears me. So how many of y'all have ever had a chance to vote for your best friend for your city council representative? 10 out of 10, definitely do it. It's amazing. Somebody was talking about fate. Like, the fate was that I live in this district, and I got to vote for my best friend for city council, and it was incredible. And it's incredible not because I'm somebody who's never had my son knock on doors. I'm more somebody who's out in the street making a lot of noise, unless somebody who's like elected kind of things. And so this was a shift for me. And And I don't think that I would have done it for anybody except for Althea. And no offense to the other electeds out here, maybe it's because I didn't know you 25 years ago, or however old we are, 20 years ago when we were working with kids together. But I know that Althea was not running because she's a politician or because she even wanted to represent. She was running for city council for my district for the same reason that she came to work every day when she was a case manager with me. And we were calling ACS, and we were running girls groups, and we were cleaning up cooking class when Charlie put too much adobo in the pot, like all the things that we did back then. That's why she's doing what she's doing now. She's just trying to find another way to do it where she can be even more effective and reach more people. And so as I campaigned for Althea, there was like a little script when I was making the phone calls, like, and Althea's running for this and blah, blah, blah. And I like threw the script to the side, and I was like, look, vecino, this woman is my friend. Like, I know her. She worked with kids with me 20 years ago. Like, she's real. She's one of us. Like, she's a real person. Like, she's not just like, she's not even a politician. Like, she's gonna get a position, but she's not actually a politician. And that's who she is. And that's all of y'all who have come up here have kind of said that already. And that's a testament to that's who she is. And so I love you. I'm proud of you. And like, yeah, you doing this. Let's go. So, also as a member of this community, we use New Settlement a lot. Been a part of the Parent Action Committee. Been a part of, we take swim classes over there. BBJ, what is it called? BBJ, all of that. And there's a lot of opportunities for young people, including the New Settlement Next Level Dancers, who are about to bless the stage. They are a dance team of young women who are taking up space and leading their community through dance and healing through movement. Give it up for them.
Slip and fall, getting back up. Body feeling maxed up, text up. Came from the bottom, now we up. I remember bottling it up. Now I'm on the high. I just take the hand I'm dealt, make the best with it. Trouble like a routine, I'ma step with it. I am not the one for counting out. If I hear I'm talking, drown them out. Move through the pain like a pill. My spirit's something you can never kill. All my life, yeah, I've been told. That's how it goes. Yeah, you gotta fight on your own. They say the least for your days when I need them, they don't go. You got the reason the demons, they don't know. Got them on my side, trying to feel my life. So control. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Pinky ring, we're about to be deep. Two-tone my Lambo, that's drippy. But I left the bottle, now she tipsy. Can't trust these hustlers, they hippie. I know that your best friend gon' slide now. Party at my house, that's a vibe now. All on these like LeBron now. She's spitting off the top, that's a freestyle. Hey, I'm about to run it up. I'm about to pull up in that motherfucking Billy truck. Got some bad shit in it, about to get up. And we taking shit over just to sum it up. Yeah, I need my commas up. I ain't playing, man, I put that on my mama and shoot. 24 on the jersey just for mama and shoot. Vince Carter on the beat, I put my arm through the rim. It's your birthday, put your hands in the air if it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fuck, it's not your birthday. You should be doing that back in the first place. Breathing.
Damn. K-R-T.
My baby, my Valentine, yeah. You know you do make you want to put it to the race. If you leave me a good time, that's fine. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. Nothing take over me. I am so obsessed. I don't chop your body. I'm ready to work on the shit. Put on the baby, one. You're my love, my city. When you make a bad man sing,
then I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere. Know what they saying, loot is back. Blame it on that contour. The hood call it looter, yeah. Make millions every year. The South's champion. Cause all I do is win.
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up one more time. Give it up one more time for them. Woo! Give it. 1, 2, mic check. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Everybody can hear me? Give it up one more time for them. One more time. One more time. You see that right there? That's community. Even though we was Whoa. See? Right there. This is the support, you know, that's important. You know, you see, we was having a technical difficulty, and y'all was singing the song, and them girls were still up here doing their thing. Yeah, give it up one more time. Okay, y'all. So I have the honor of introducing our New York City Comptroller, Brad Linder. Give it up so he get here, y'all.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it one more time for that New Settlement dance team, huh? Takes a lot to get up here and perform under any circumstances, and then to have your music go down and not miss a beat. Those are some folks who trained, who are brave. Let's hear it one more time for those extraordinary young women. I will note that if you click the QR code and you went and looked at the program on your phone, it seems to imply that Jumani Williams and I are the New Settlement dance team. But we're a lot better off than they were, that's for sure. I want to ask you for just a minute to look around at what's going on in this room, because it tells you an awful lot about who Althea Stevens is. I have been to a lot of inaugurations in recent days, and almost every single one is in an auditorium, and people are in rows looking up at the stage. And here we are at round tables where you get to meet your neighbors and talk to some other people who work together to help make Althea Stevens the council member. And if you look in the middle, you've got an organizing prompt. You're supposed to put a quote on a sticky pad to be building power for, all right, let's hear it for these young women now that they're back in the room with us. That was awesome, you guys, really. And you can see a lot of other ways in which this inauguration event is an organizing event. You got 15 MCs, and each of them played a role. You got people who were out knocking doors. You got young people. Actually, I guess I want to ask everybody here, if you knocked some doors or volunteered on Althea's campaign, will you please raise your hand? All right, let's hear it for these folks who did the organizing work. If you worked with her at Eastside Settlement House, or you've been part of Together providing human services to young people, will you please raise your hand? All right. Althea Stevens is an organizer, and when Speaker Adams said that she wants to be in the back of the room, it's not that her presence doesn't shine brightly, it's that she knows that the way you make the kind of change we need in this democracy is not only by getting elected as a powerful, smart, fearless black woman, it is by organizing people to stay involved and build power for the kind of change we truly need. You know, and she had this amazing career at Eastside Settlement House, which if you haven't gotten to talk to her about, you should. But you know, sometimes settlement houses and nonprofits can be places that give help to people, but don't organize and build together with people. Don't see the brilliant leadership of those young women. Don't want to chair a youth committee that says, we want to help you become the next leaders. And yes, some of you will become the next council members, but all of you can get involved in organizing to build and make change in this city. And that is what it's going to take. District 16, you've done an amazing job electing a brilliant council member, but she knows, and you know, it is only by continuing organizing in the kind of way this room is set up that the kind of change you voted for is going to happen, and you have a council member who knows that, who's been building it her whole career, and who's building it even right here at her inauguration on a day designed to celebrate her. She's still organizing and building power for the future. And you know, we really need that at this moment, because Although Senator Schumer's right that in some ways, if you look at this democracy, it has survived all these years. In other ways, if we don't energize it more with the kind of organizing spirit that is in this room, I don't know if we'll get to keep it. These are anxious times between COVID and war and racism and polarization and climate crisis and poverty. And the only thing that has a chance to stand us up to those things is this kind of inclusive organizing that Althea is doing. And so, you know, it is not only that this democracy changes because it's not just white male Protestant property owners, it's Black and Latina women and tenants and young people. And not only are they storming the halls of the city council with this amazing new class of women led by a woman, but it is even the deeper democracy that you could feel moving in this room, that demands room for young people, for tenants, for Black and brown folks in this community to be full, equal participants in this democracy, in our housing, in our jobs, in our cultural organizations, and absolutely in our government. And that is the powerful democratic spirit that is moving in this room today. That's why you were so wise to elect Althea Stevens, and I can't wait to see how she works with all of you to keep building that future that every one of you and every one of us deserve. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Althea Stevens.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Risa Whipple, and I've known Althea for over 10 years. We met working at a settlement house here in the Bronx. From the moment I met Althea and started working with her, I knew she was the real deal. I felt it. And if you know Althea, you know that's the truth. She does not just speak about what she's going to do, she acts. And she shows up for everyone, everywhere. Althea takes service to the community to the next level, and she lives and breathes for the youth that she serves. She's passionate and determined. Althea does this work more boldly, courageously, and consistently than anyone I have ever met. In particular, and a lot of you have talked about it already, I really appreciate how she places an emphasis on youth voice and making sure they're part of the conversation. She has become a mentor to so many, and many folks are in this room right now, many of those folks. I'm honored to be a part of this celebration. I know that you will be a true leader and strong advocate as a city council member, and I am so excited to see the real change you will bring through your hard work and dedication to the community. I love you.
My name is Elvis Santana, I'm your co-MC, and like many of you, Althea could intimidate you into ever having to approach a room if she's there. And I'll tell you quickly before my story and introduce the next speaker. But when I first worked at Eastside House, I walked into a room, I'm the new program director. I thought I was basically it. The attention is on me until I met Althea. And when I met Althea, she called me out on it. She said, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do, because I'm gonna hold you accountable to it, right? And just like that, I knew that someone I had to really work with. And somehow, I needed her approval. I still don't have it till today, I can tell you right now. But the thing about Althea is that she brings the best out of you. Where you have an argument with her, it's because you're advocating the best for yourself. I didn't realize how much of a person I am or the good things that I do to contribute until she's then using the same words I say to myself to me. And then I knew she was gonna be the best advocate for the youth and someone I share the same values. And I'm gonna cut it right there because there are many speakers ahead of me. But I just want to say thank you, Althea, for having to encourage me to stand up on the stage despite being forced against my will to be here. And I ask everyone here to welcome the New York City public advocate, Jamani Williams.
Peace and blessings, Boogie Down. How you doing? Are we on? Testing. Is it on? Am I on? It's on, it's on. Testing, 1, 2. All right. Did I lose him again? I'm on? 16, how you doing? Everybody's good? Peace and blessing, love and light to everybody. Listen, I don't want to underscore what those girls did. Y'all bodied that performance on the stage. I don't know how many people out there are performers, but what happened to them is probably the scariest thing that you worry about when you're performing. They acted like the music never stopped at all. And they kept it moving. They didn't look at each other. They didn't freak out. They just kept going. And that's a testament to who you are. I just want to say that kind of stuff happens in life. And that's what you got to remember when they're coming at you. You black, you brown, you this, you came from the Bronx. We saw Supreme Court justice. Same thing, they was coming at her. You just got to keep moving, act like it's not even happening, and go away and do what you're doing. Thank you for that. And I don't know where Javier is, but he coming from one of our seats. You see how comfortable he was up here with that mic? But I'm excited to be here. Althea, I was excited to knock doors on you. First time I met you, same thing everybody said, you have that presence that you from the people and you came to represent the people, and that's important. That is what we need right now. That's so exciting. What y'all doing in the Bronx is amazing. And I said this last time, I want to say it this time. I don't know where Jamal is, Jamal Bailey, but I want to shout you out, and I want to shout out. Y'all know I'm not always a county person. They don't normally support me. I just want to say, though, I'm very excited about what Bronx County is doing and allowing new voices to come in, not shunning people, making the tent larger. That's an example of what should be happening around the state, man. So I'm proud of that. I come from Brooklyn, so if you follow politics, you know it's a little different over there. But this, I'm just saying. But it's a little different. But the Bronx is showing you how it should be done, and so I really appreciate that. You know, I'm looking forward to the day when there are no more firsts, when there's no more first women, there's no more first black and brown women, speakers and deputies and majority. I'm looking forward to the day when there's no Black History Month, no Women's History Month. We're just celebrating history. But until that day, I'm so proud that I'm here to celebrate that opportunity. So 31 women in the council, that's phenomenal. And so many shades of black and brown, that's amazing. They look like my mom, they look like my wife, they look like my daughters. That's amazing. Thank y'all for that. And those of you may know, my daughter is doing well. Thank y'all for the prayers. My wife is doing well. Thank you for the prayers. This is an amazing time. Sweet. By the way, it might have been just me. I thought this was like an old school. I thought it was like Althea, dig? But it's not. It's Althea D16. But D16, y'all have an amazing person, an amazing representative in the council. And we do need that right now because of all that we're going through. Y'all may be paying attention to Washington, but what's happening in the city, what's happening in the state, the country looks at what we're doing. And so we need people who are going to stand up and do what the right thing, even when it's difficult. And I'm going to tell you from being in that position, I know some people are surprised. I get in trouble a lot. I'm in trouble very often. But the reason I'm able to keep going is because I try my best to remember that the seat I'm holding is not more important than the people I represent. And I try my best to do right. And I don't, get the most powerful support all the time, but I usually have supported the people. So what I want to say to folks is, how many people supported out there? You're not finished. You can't walk away like you did with Barack Obama. We can't walk away once we elect somebody. We have to have her back. Because when you have her back, when she gets those phone calls from powerful people that say you got to do this and got to do that, and she knows it's not good for District 16, she could turn to y'all and say, I'm doing this, and y'all have to have my back. So it's not over. Y'all with me? It's not over. You going to have her back? We're going to have her back so you can do what you need to do. And I know you, and so I know you coming here with the right purpose to do the right thing, and that's amazing. That's a great space to start off because everybody hasn't had that start. Some people came in to do something else. You came in to help the people. Remember that as you move forward. I know you will because I know you. Peace and blessing, love and light, Bronx, BX.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. So my name is Marquise Jenkins. And the first thing I was thinking is like, damn, when am I going to speak? Because you worry that all the other speakers are going to take all the good things to say. But I was safe. I was safe because I was going to be the only community organizer to come up here and speak. But then the controller took my speech. I was going to talk about how much of a community organizer Althea Stevens is. Gang policing and how the police were going into our communities and arrested hundreds of our kids at a time. And so Althea said, I'm with you, and we traveled all across this country, learning about how to fight to protect the youth in the Bronx and throughout the city. Althea is an organizer because she connected me to more public housing residents. And when public housing was under attack, we formed a group together. So before she was in city council, after she gets out of city council, she is always a community organizer, always pushing to make our world better. The last thing I will say is, not only did Althea work with me, not only did Althea support me, but Althea brought me into her family. Made me one of her own. I get to come and hang out with moms and pops and dads at the barbecues. It is amazing, amazing to watch how you grow. And I know that this is not done. You are going beyond this, and I can't wait to see, not to be a career politician, but to continue to make great strides, because we not only want you here, we need you here. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tariq Israel. How y'all doing? You see, that's crazy. I really appreciate all that love. So a lot of people don't know. I went to Iona College. I graduated, got my degree in marketing. Shortly after I graduated, I started working for SeaWorld. I was a brand strategist. But then COVID hit. I was living in zip code 10466. That's Kevin Riley's district. And it was hit hard. To the point where I myself was affected with COVID and had to go to Montefiore, Wakefield, the Montefiore Wakefield ambulatory care. And I got to see those meat wagons. And it hit me hard. But it was interesting because corporate America didn't really understand it. I was still being sent home lunch and dinner every day as barring my work was done. Anything I needed, desks, anything, TVs, anything. The company was on the company because their budgets was forecasted 3 years out. So I'm sitting here living lavishly, and my neighbors is dying. And I woke up one morning, and I said, I can't do this no more because I felt like I was living a lie. So I decided I was going to quit my job. And I started to reach out to all the people who I know. I met a woman, she runs a Christian nonprofit called Shiloh NYC. She had met Althea at a community board meeting, got her contact, and set up a chat, a Zoom chat for us. It turned into an interview. Now, Althea didn't know it was going to be that, but I had to make sure that this woman was the truth. Because in my family, we stand on our word. And it is very important when we say we're going to do something, that we're going to do it. So I needed to know whoever I aligned myself with was in the same boat and was going to do the same thing. From minutes, like literal minutes, of talking to Althea through my TV on a Zoom call, she felt like my aunt. I was like, yeah, this is my aunt. She going to teach me. We're going to do this together. And I told her, the first thing I told Althea, I said, listen, Althea, I want community. I'm in the community, but I want it. And she said, I'm going to give you a community. She gave me Millbrook houses with TA President Priscilla Jameson. Some of the best experiences of my life. Althea took me in, gave me a job, gave me a purpose. She gave me all the community I wanted, from River Park Towers, River Park Towers, Cedric houses. We was in there. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I'm a man of my community, and I'm so thankful for Althea for giving me a chance to connect on a level that I never by myself would have been able to do. I'm thankful for all the residents of D16 and in the Bronx in general. And I look forward to keep on spreading Althea's message, my family's message, our message, that we're here, we're present, we're advocated for, we're loved, we're heard, we will be seen, and our day will come. It feels so good. Like y'all don't. It feels so good. Like Althea has become like a mother to me almost. That's our relationship. But I don't want to take no more time.
All's my life I has to fight. All's my life hard times like yeah, bad trips like yeah. Nazareth, I'm f***ed up, homie, you f***ed up. But if God got us, then we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
Look, better than your favorite bad bitch. Turned the whole world into a savage. Middle finger in all of my pictures just to remind y'all I ain't having it. I'm the baddest bitch. You wanna fight about it? Put 'em in the booth. I bet I'll take the title. All of these to my sheet. Mary had a little lamb. They was talking about me. Hey, switch sides.
J on the track. Hey, you already know. It's your boy Lil Scrap. Finna have the whole mother world right in this. Hey, look at shouts. Check out how I like it when she rock her hips, then wave and sip. She rock her hips, then wave and sip. She rock her hips. She rock her hips. She rock her hips, then wave and sip.
Dirty engineer boy. Circle it. Circle it.
Hello, everyone. How we doing? We having a good time. We celebrating my sister, Councilmember Althea Stevens. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Iona College Black Student Union Dance Experience. They did an amazing job up here. So if you don't know who I am Kevin Riley, the council member in the 12th District in Northeast. I got some Northeast people. Yeah, my people in here. Yeah, Althea. I told you my people gonna come and support you. No, but I just came up here to introduce somebody. But before I introduce, I just have to give a word about my sister. So we got something called the Hood Caucus. Y'all might see us posted online. Y'all might see, yeah, y'all can clap it up for us. Y'all can clap it up for the Hood Caucus. It's composed of myself, Councilmember Stevens, and Councilmember Natasha Williams, who's on FaceTime right now. So she's here. But seriously though, when Althea ran for office, a lot of people don't know because my first day was on January 6th, which was another crazy event. So a lot of people forget I was actually the first member that got in office. But when I got in office, Althea came out and supported me. I had a lot of supporters that came out and supported me. But when she went to run, I didn't lend the same support to her. And she reminds me every single day. Every single day. But that's not a testament to our relationship today because we like to solve issues. And why we call ourselves the Hood Caucus, because we like to solve issues that we think people go through in our neighborhoods. And that's why we come together. And I seriously, seriously love this sister because she embodies a bold, beautiful leader. And she really cares about her district in District 16. And we know she had a lot of shoes to fill when she took my sister, the Madam Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, seat. Give it up for y'all, y'all past council member, the Madam Borough President, Vanessa Gibson. But Althea stepped up to the plate, and she definitely wanted to make sure that she's giving the same work ethic that Vanessa gave. So I'm not going to be long-winded because I told Althea I wasn't going to be up here and embarrass her too long. But I didn't give Althea her flowers then, but I wanted to give her flowers today. So on behalf of the Hood Caucus, we wanted to give Althea some flowers just to celebrate her today. Yeah, say hi to Tosh. Yes, never wanted. But I'm going to introduce, I have the opportunity to introduce, today's Air Max Day, but my brother didn't wear his Air Max. It's all right, we're going to talk about that later, my brother. But I had the opportunity to know my brother for 2 decades, and I get to introduce our county leader, my state senator, Jamal T. Bailey.
Yes. It's Air Max Day, but I wore my Colin Kaepernicks today. Althea told me I had to wear some sneakers because she told me that, actually, she showed all of us that she's just different. Now, when I say different, I don't mean different in a way that's disrespectful. I mean different in a way that's groundbreaking. I mean different in a way that is elevating, different in a way that is motivating, different in a way that is spectacular. You see, when I first had the pleasure of having a conversation with Althea Stevens, she told me something that we can. I just want to make sure that y'all hear the message. If you can just hear the message, it's not for me. It's about Althea. The message is that she was told to run by the kids. The scripture says the child shall lead us, right? And the children led her into this. Now imagine knowing Althea, the first time that they told her, she probably gave a few expletives and said out, you don't know what you're talking about, and stop talking to me about this. But by the 1500th time or so, it probably got through. I'm grateful that it got through because we need people like Althea Stevens in office. We need people who understand that the pulse of our neighborhood is predicated upon young folks. That our young people are not just a tagline to be utilized in pictures and photo ops, are not just something to say that we're the future, but they require actual investment. We talk about investments, and we talk about the stock market all the time. The greatest investment that we can ever make, sisters and brothers, are in our young people. They will grow beyond our greatest beliefs. That is what investing is. And so, Althea, you'll be pleased to hear about what happened today. You see, my youngest, when she was getting ready this morning, she was combing through what she was going to wear. And she took one shirt and just threw it to the side. Now, as a parent, that irritates you. Why are you throwing stuff on the floor? But she was taking one shirt and she just threw it to the side. Took another shirt, threw it to the side. Took another shirt, threw it to the side. She picked up a shirt and said, Dad, I'm going to wear this today. You know what that shirt said? It said, "Black is beautiful." The shirt said, "Black is beautiful." Now, the children, sometimes they tell us certain things that we may not necessarily know and understand, but as we heard Brother Jamani say, it's not just in Black History Month that we should learn about Black history. It's not just in Women's History Month that we should appreciate women. It should be something consistent that we do year-round. And Sister Althea, you are nothing if not consistent. You are one of the most consistent people that we have in this political world. Quite frankly, from the day that we had conversations about committee, it was one thing and one thing only. Because she's not just speaking about the youth, she wants to actually affect the youth in a positive way. And as I close, before I close, I just want to say, we spoke about your graphics, right? And I said that it reminded me of good times, right? It reminded me of good times. And she said it's an old school feel that I have. And I think about good times, and I think about the theme song, which was a play on words, because it really wasn't good times. It was really us speaking about and reflecting upon the ills and the things that we had in urban society. Temporary layoffs, good times when you got somebody in Althea Stevens who's going to make sure that these temporary layoffs don't happen anymore. These easy credit rip-offs, scratching and surviving, Althea Stevens in this district is going to make sure that you're thriving instead of those. Ain't we lucky we got them? We are damn sure lucky we got her in this district. Those are good times. Those are good times indeed. And Sister Althea continued to walk with purpose. Walk with meaning. Walk with those who have brought you here, because you've never forgotten them. It is ironic that Althea and Chantel Jackson, I'm going to shout Chantel out in a second, these are the only two people that in my role as county leader call me boss. Which is so ironic because those two are damn sure unbossed and unbought. So I just wanted to make sure that I shout y'all out for making fun of me all the time. But but before I get off this stage, I have to make my, no, I'm not gonna rap. Y'all want me to rap? No, you don't. 1, 2. No, where's the beat? I ain't got no beat. No, I want to make sure I shout out, and I have to have this list because I want to make sure everybody in the county organization is shouted out. Councilmember Richie Torres is in the building, Borough President Vanessa Gibson, Senator Luis Sepulveda, Senator Jose Serrano, who were here, Assemblymember Kenny Burgos, Chantel Jackson is here, former Assemblymember Michael Blake is in the building, Assemblymember Udel Catapia, Assemblymember Cardenas Reyes, Council members Pierina Sanchez, Kevin Riley, Deputy Speaker Diana Ayala, Eric Dinowitz, District Leaders Gene Edwards, Lenita Jones, Justin Westbrook Lowry, State Committee members Jason Lately, Ramon Cabral, Joe McManus, and Judge Verena Powell. I have to make sure I shout them out because I had to. Because if I want to keep my job, I got to make sure that people know that I like what they're doing. And shout out to all of my other colleagues in government who were already mentioned by our dynamic speaker and everybody in the case. I didn't forget you, but it's a lot of Bronx, and I got to make sure I keep my Bronx here. But that being said, Althea, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for being someone who is as real as it gets, as the Young Jeezy song would say. I'm not gonna rap, but you wrap us up every single day in your love and everything that you do. God bless you. Congratulations, Althea.
Good evening. How we doing? Can I get another? How are we doing, y'all? How we doing? Thank you. My name is Matt Pfeiffer. I'm the Vice President of Education and Employment with Henry Street Settlement, but really I'm here on behalf of friendship with Althea over the past 14 years. I'm gonna let my co-host introduce himself briefly. Okay.
One mic. Yo, one mic, that's a Nas joint. Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all good? What's up, family? What's up? When the food gonna be served? That's it.
All right, Althea, I had to write something. Everybody here knows, and you've heard it from everybody else, you're a woman of the people, Althea, and that's really how I met her. 14 years ago at Henry Street Settlement, we were case managers crammed in a tight office, trying to strategize and figure out how we can serve young people better, more effectively, more intentionally. Years later, Althea decided to leave Henry Street. It's all right, we'll let you go. But she moved on to another settlement house and continued to do amazing work as a leader. Ironically, our friendship only grew through the years, and we remained connected. I still remember when she first brought up running for city council. It gave me butterflies, and I wasn't even doing it. But I was thinking about the implications, you know, the campaign, the process, the politics. But then I thought about Althea's experience, and I knew she'd been a manager for multiple years. She fundraised, she did advocacy. And I was like, she's perfect. There isn't a person that's more perfect for this role. And a testament to that is I'm sure one of our students is in the audience right now, Superstar D. Give a quick, give a quick. So the work that we did has such a legacy that 15 years later, We have students that are still in the audience following and just staying connected to the brilliance that she is. And so for me, I don't want to take up too much time, but I just want to acknowledge and say in the short time that she's been in office, it personally impacts me and the thousands of young people that we serve. She has already helped, along with the mayor, extend Summer Youth Employment Program. Summer Rising is already refunded. This is all real stuff that is impacting thousands of lives in our city. And I cannot thank you enough with my hype man in the back. But Althea, in all seriousness, I just want to say, as a person to person, I love you, we love you, and we could not be more proud for all that you're going to do for this amazing city. So go forth and be excellent, because we're going to be rooting you on the whole time, Althea. We love you.
Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Yo, Fife is actually Matthew Pfeiffer, and I, along with Althea, we met. My first job out of college was working with Althea and Fife. And so I have the opportunity to get to know them a little bit more intimately, right? Before the politics and all of that stuff, right? And one of the things that I know about Althea, one of the things that I know about Althea is that she's a human being. She's not a politician. She's not an elected official. She cusses. All right, you don't cuss. All right, you don't cuss. All right, that's a lie. All right, she does math on her hand and gets it wrong. She does things that we all do, and that's the most important part. But one of the things that's been consistent, for me at least, and I'm not telling y'all anything y'all don't know, I'm just telling you my lens, through my view, is that Althea has been consistent throughout her career, which has been about our kids. It's always been about the kids. I personally know some of these kids, y'all bad, I'm done. It's over, it's done. She, on the other hand, has been like, it's about the youth, and we're gonna keep going. It don't matter. We're gonna keep moving. And I respect that, and I appreciate it, because I was one of those kids. I love you too, girl. You know what, though? It ain't about you right now. It's about the community. It's about the community. All right, get your head. These flowers are for you. We got them for you. All right, but I'm a big proponent of giving people flowers when they are alive and not when they are dead. Too many times we praise people when they done gone off into a whole nother plane, and we like, I wish I could have, or you post something on Instagram or Facebook. What I need you to do now is find a person that's most important to you in your life and give them their flowers while they're alive. And that includes Althea, all right? With that being said, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you.
And without further ado, we want to welcome up an amazing mentor to Althea, a fighter, a fierce advocate for the community, Deputy Speaker Diana Ayala. Please come to the stage.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I see there are a lot of hungry bodies in the back, and I don't want to be between the food and anyone else. But I really wanted to, first of all, I'm so excited to be here today. And I have a couple of questions for Miss Althea. Shh. Wait, you want that here? Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Before I say anything, I just want to find out, how many best friends do you have? I thought I was your best friend. But you have best friends over there, you have best friends over here. My name is Diana Ayala, and before I ran for the city council, I used to work for Speaker Melissa Mar-Viverito. And our district is broken up into two districts. So I work in East Harlem and in the South Bronx. And through my work in the South Bronx, I get to work with a lot of the NYCHA resident leaders. So Priscilla Jamerson, Ms. Linda Duke, who's in the back, were my mentors. They're the ones that helped me navigate the community and the issues. And through them, I met Althea. And Althea, at that point, was working with the youth programs. And you know, oftentimes in this work, and I think many of the people in this room will tell you that, we come across a lot of really young, eager people that want to run for public office. They've known that they wanted to run for public office for years. And there are people that never even consider it. And those are the people that I gravitate to, because those are the people that I feel more committed to the work that they're doing in the community, because it's about the community, not about them. Shh. I promise that I'll be very, very brief. And so Althea was one of those people. She didn't want to run for public office. She really just wanted to do the work. And the work that we were doing was really hard work. When I tell you that there were nights where we were texting and calling each other because on Citizen App, one of her kids, you know, it was announced that one of her kids had been shot and killed. This was a common occurrence in her work. I remember once Miss Linda Duke called me hysterical, and she was like, Diana, you have to come. Our kids got arrested. The 40th precinct has all of them. Could you please come? And it was about maybe like 10 o'clock at night, and so I get in my car and I cross over the bridge and I get there, and Althea's like, what the hell are you doing here? But she was there. She was there all of the time. We've made very, very difficult decisions together. We've worked really hard together. And I am so excited for her and her new journey. But what I will say to all of you in your community is to please continue to support her, because the work is only beginning. And it's going to be really, really hard. And it's going to mean that you're not going to see her as often as you would want to see her. But she's out there doing the good work. Mom and Dad, I'm so happy for you. You should be really proud. Grandma, it's nice to see. Yeah, she's very proud of you as well. So thank you all for having us. Althea, I love you. I have so much. I'm so excited for what the future has for you. Thank you. Who's gonna take it?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How we doing, everybody? I said good evening. How we doing, everybody? We are here to celebrate our councilwoman, Althea Stevens. It's great to be back in the building. My name is Michael Blake. I had the honor of being an assembly member for 6 years. Good to see everybody. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Now, don't eat all that food and get the itis in the middle of the ceremony right now. That's right. That's what they're doing right there. It is a blessing to be with everyone today as we celebrate our councilwoman, Althea Stevens. Every politician in the room better be afraid of young Javi. When he got up here earlier, we understand what's going on. And if we can, before we keep going, if Althea's family could stand for a second. Can we put our hands together and show love to the family right now? Come on, y'all can do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. Come on, show love for the family right now. There we go. We have to have their back after the ceremony, okay? Today reminds us that you have women's history and black history that happens every day. There we go. Whether it be what she did at Eastside, whether it be what she did throughout NYCHA, there's no surprise that Althea is here to lead us in the way she's supposed to. For those that don't know, Althea means healer and wholesome. So we're healed because of Althea Stevens. We are made better because of Althea Stevens. We know we have a chance in our communities because of Althea Stevens. Y'all still with me right now? Everyone understands that when you support black women, good things happen. Oh, y'all got quiet on me. When you trust black women, donate to black women, volunteer for black women, elect black women, re-elect black women, when you do these things for black women, great things happen for our communities. And there is no coincidence right now. Use a flash. I'm a dark brother. Help me out right now. Help me out. You know, I got a beard and everything. You got to help me right now. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you right there. There is no coincidence when we think about 16 of why Althea is our councilwoman. See, you can reflect on the verse, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believed in him shall not perish, will have everlasting life. But I shall say in the great book of Althea 3:16, God so loved the world that he gave us Althea. That if you believe in Althea, you will have everlasting life. You'll have a chance for a better life. See, great things happen when you understand the power of what goes on in District 16. For the young people, they're better because of Althea. The people are healed because of Althea. And let's understand that, as I believe, as the first man that endorsed Althea and Chantel, I will always say, you can be a man and a feminist at the same time. It's your responsibility to be a good man by supporting our women. And you are a better man when you are excited about the betterment of our women. So at this hour, to Althea, we love you. We are proud of you. We are excited for you. And in the continuation of Black Woman Excellence of Tish James and Vanessa Gibson and Adrian Adams and Darcel Clark and our soon-to-be Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, we now have a councilwoman in Althea Stevens that holds us and makes us better. So with that, allow me to please introduce the assemblywoman who made our district better, who reminds us in that great spirit of outcasts that there's great things when you hear Ms. Jackson. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for another incredible woman leader, our assemblywoman of the 79th District, Chantel Jackson.
He passes the torch and passes the mic. Give it up for my former assemblyman, Michael Blake. Happy Women's Month. Happy Social Work Month. I stand here as the assemblywoman of the 79th, but my favorite job is being a mom. This is my daughter, Sky, who she didn't work too hard on my campaign, but she sure enough worked hard on Althea's campaign. So I just wanted to make sure that I brought her up here and let her see all the great work that her team has done. Kate gave me, shout out to Kate. Kate, where's Kate? Shout out to Kate from Althea's team. I know she doesn't like to be acknowledged, but I just have to give her props and let you all know that she told me I have 3 minutes to introduce the next person. And I've already used 30 seconds, so I just want to say to Althea, I don't care what's happening in this world. You stay true to who you are. You have been set apart for a reason. Everything that you need, you already have. And trust and believe that people are going to cling to you because of the proximity to power, okay, the proximity to money. However, you have to know thyself, even with everything that's happening around you. So trust and believe that I was there from day one when I heard that you were going to take this seat. And I'm going to be there until our last days, because no matter what's happening in this world, we came to serve. We are true servants of the people, whether we have a title or not. We come to do this for you all. So thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. And I have the pleasure of acknowledging and bringing forward our next speaker and our last speaker until we do what we came here to do. But during Women's History Month, we get to acknowledge the first Black woman, Bronx Borough President, Vanessa L. Gibson. Come on, Queen. One of the hardest working women in this business. Come forward.
Bring the beat in. Hello, everyone. Hey, family. How we doing today? You may take your seats. Thank you to my sister, Assemblywoman Chantel Jackson. Thank you to my brother, former Assemblymember Michael Blake, and to each and every one of you. To all of my colleagues in government who have come from here in the Bronx and beyond, to each and every one of you, to the family, to the friends, to the constituents of D16, and to my sister, what an honor and what a privilege to be here for this important moment in history, the inauguration of our sister, your council member, Althea Stevens. I am so honored as someone who has not only made history in January as the first African American and the first female elected Bronx Borough President. All of you were a part of that. You have loved me and worked with me and walked with me on this journey. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you. And 2 years ago, when I came to many of you and said I was running for Bronx Borough President, to the constituents in Claremont, Claremont Village, Concourse, Concourse Village, High Bridge, Mount Eden, Morris Heights, Morrisania, I promised you that I would make sure that your next council member would be better than us. And I think we lived up to that, right? Althea is a beacon of hope and opportunity for this district. And I thank you for walking with her, praying over her, and being her biggest supporters. There were many times on this campaign when Althea and I would be knocking on doors, and I would say, Althea, I don't think I can win. And she had doubts about her election too. But we would support each other because that's what women do. That's what Black and Latina and Asian women do. She and I worked together. We knocked on more doors and more doors. There were times when we were tired. We didn't feel well. And I said, Althea, we got to go to Concourse Village. We got to go to Woodstock. We got to go to High Bridge. Got to go to River Park Towers. Got to go to Morris and Butler and Claremont Village. Got to go to Morrisania Air Rights. Got to go to Sedgwick Houses. And we just kept going and going and going until, guess what? All of you got us to the victory line. Thank you. Thank you for getting Althea to the victory line. I know it wasn't easy. And there were many people that told Althea she couldn't do it. When she became a teenage mother, people told her she couldn't do it. When she went to college, people told her she couldn't do it. But when her daughter graduated from college, people still told her that she couldn't do it. But if you know, like I know, my people of faith, when people count you out, God counts you in. When people lose faith in you, God is there to lift you up. And so we have a champion in our council member. Althea is not new to this work. She is true to this work. She doesn't just talk about it, but she is about it. And it doesn't matter whether you live in Mitchell-Lama, rent-regulated, public housing, you're a homeowner, a property owner. It doesn't matter. Althea represents all of us. And so this is the district that is closest to my heart as I serve now as borough president. For the 8 years that you have allowed me to be your council member, I say thank you. I hope and pray that I have made you proud, because every day I woke up on purpose with a purpose. And now as your borough president, I want to make you even prouder, because I have the honor of working with your council member in District 16. And so this is an important moment in history, and all of you are a part of that. To her family, who has always been at her side, congratulations. This is your victory. This is your celebration. This is your accomplishment. And so I say to the constituents of District 16, stand with your council member. Have her back. Pray for her and her team. You may not always agree with her, but understand she is the leader that we have elected for such a time as this. And my sister knows, I always tell her, stand in purpose, be encouraged, be empowered, and know the purpose that you have been given for this time, for this season, and for this reason. Don't get caught up in the hype of City Hall that you forget about the people back at home. Make sure that you take care of home, because all the caucuses and all of the assemblies, none of that matters but the people in this district. And so we have a lot of work to do, from High Bridge to Roberto Clemente State Park to the Harlem River Working Group to New Settlement and Bronx Works, and so many organizations that we've worked with over the years. We have a lot of work to do. I am so proud of Althea. I never, ever had a doubt that she would get to the victory line, just as she never doubted I would get to the victory line. So we had hope in each other. We are each other's source of encouragement and support. And so, community, you have done well, because you have elected one of your own, one of the very best, often imitated but never duplicated. Our council member, Althea Stevens. So I just end with saying, congratulations, my sister. Congratulations to the district, to each and every one of you for standing with your council member. I look forward to better and brighter days ahead as your Bronx Borough President. Congratulations, my sister.
Hello. Althea, you really do whatever you want up here, huh? Seriously. I spoke to her about this. I said, look, your inauguration, there's certain rules and regulations you have to go by. She listened to nothing I said. When every time I speak to her, I'm like, hey, this is a person you have to go with this person during the campaign. You have to endorse this person. What did she say to me? No. She says no. She does whatever she wants this whole time. So I want to say, though, I respect it. You're a strong black woman. Congratulations. And you will always, always be my second favorite council member. All right? I want to introduce Ari.
Hello, everyone. So when Althea asked Jason and I to speak, I was honored. But it wasn't because it was a speaking role, but because Althea's always, always, always yelling at us. So this meant that she actually does love us, even if it's a little bit. Over the past year, I've gotten to know Althea as the great advocate for her community, but even greater for me, I've gotten to know her as a great friend. She inspires me to be better every day and is an inspiration to all who know her. Congratulations, my friend. You worked hard and deserve this. All the love that is being shared here today. I'm proud of you. Stop, don't do that. Now, the person I'm gonna introduce may be from Brooklyn, but she has some very deep roots right here in the Bronx. She's a Lehman alum and someone who is blazing trails and opening up paths for women and people of color in the highest levels of state government. As a Lehman alum, a future attorney, and a woman of color working in this field, it is my honor and privilege to introduce Attorney General Letitia James.
This girl is on fire.
This girl is on fire. Hello, family. God bless you and congratulations today. Let me thank all of those who are serving us in the back, serving us wonderful food. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Listen, I've been tasked with the responsibility of swearing in your council member. Yeah. So we've come to the end. And so I need your attention. Quiet in the room. As we swear in the next city council member representing this district. And I need all of you to understand that she never would have made it. She never would have made it without her faith. She never would have made it without all of you in this room. She was a teen mother, and there were those who doubted her and criticized her. And this really is a message to all of my young girls out there. No matter what the haters say, no matter all of those who don't believe in your dreams, who don't believe in you, who think you've made mistakes, who push you aside, who criticize you, and those individuals might even be in your family. Well, you've got to believe in that voice, just like those young girls who dance without music. You've got to listen to the sound in your head and say, I can do it. I can do it. And so today we're celebrating the improbable journey and the unstoppable work of this young woman. A woman who has worked in the vineyard and worked in the community. We've come here to celebrate Althea Stevens. And back in January, and I'll always remember this, Althea was quoted in the Bronx Times saying this about her election. She said, "I'm not supposed to be here." When I read that quote, it hit me that a black who started out as a teen mother isn't the typical profile of a political leader. She said, "I'm not supposed to be here." I want to challenge that statement. So let me say directly to my sister, Althea Stevens, and anyone else who is out here listening, particularly my sisters in the back and my sisters over here, you are supposed to be here right now. You are supposed to be here, Althea, because you've been taking care of business since you were a teenager. You are supposed to be here because you worked hard to educate yourself. You are supposed to be here because you overcame all obstacles. You are supposed to be here because you are a tireless campaigner. You are supposed to be here because God has given you breath and life and a dream. You are supposed to be here because it's part of your DNA, because you're a natural leader. You are supposed to be here, Althea, because God doesn't make any mistakes. Give it up. So I want to congratulate the good people of this district. You have chosen wisely, you have chosen well, and you have chosen a wonderful example of a woman who made it. Councilmember Stevens, please join me on the stage with your family. Never would have made it without you. I would have lost my mind. And now I feel, I know I'm saying the wrong words, but you know the song. But you were there for me. Now I'm stronger. Come on. I'm wiser. Help me out. I'm better. So much better. I know some of you don't know this song, but it's a song amongst the faithful. Okay, where's the Bible? Okay, paparazzi, get in place. Family, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, should we move this? Okay. Your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. There you go. Family, everybody around her? Is that a good angle, paparazzi? That's a good angle? Okay, okay. Okay, she want to get her good side. She got to get her good side. Family, switch over there. Okay. Okay. You got grandma? Okay, hold it tight, youngin'. All right. Okay. I state your name. No. do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, the Charter of the City of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of council member for the 16th district in the Boogie Down Bronx, in the city of New York, according to the best of your ability. Congratulations, council member. Let's hear it. 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 Come on, turn it up now. Turn it up now. Turn it up now.
5, 6 figures.
Turn it up now. Let's go. 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 Woo! Hey, 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 hey.
I ain't got talking all loud in them fake say clothes. Fake shoes, match that fake say cold. I'm the realest ever see snakes egg. Act up, you could get snatched up. Act up, you could get snatched up. Act up, you could get snatched up. 30 years, baby girl, you need to.
All right, how y'all feeling? How y'all doing? You guys can go back and have y'all take a seat. You can keep playing the music because they gonna go sit back down, right? Y'all gonna boogie to y'all seats. I promise
I can
be
be
long.
a woman. Let me be a woman. I can be a woman.
All right. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna just need everybody to, I need y'all to stop serving the food. I'm gonna ask everybody to take a seat. I'm not gonna be long, but I'm the last of the parade for today. So I'm just gonna wait till everybody gets to their seats and have a seat, because what I'm saying is really important to me, because I gotta thank a lot of people and I need everybody to hear it. Please stop serving the food. You guys, I promise the food will be there. If everyone could just have. Whew. Everybody was real scared about dropping that City Girls, but I told them a long time ago when I won, I was gonna twerk on them, so I did that for y'all though. Don't worry, after I finish, we're gonna put the music back on and twerk a little bit more. Like Kevin said, I'm part of the Hood Caucus, and so that's what we do in the hood. All right, but thank you guys all, like really, I love you too, I really, really do. I'm still, it still hasn't sunk in. Like every day I wake up and I'm like, wait, I really did this. So, thank you guys. I just want to start off by saying, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for supporting and loving me. I met her 2 years ago, and like she said, I doubted myself this whole way through, but she never doubted me. So thank you. Thank you for being here and supporting me through this. Chantel Jackson, literally, I met her at a holiday party. I said I was running for office. She said, let's go. And we've been side by side ever since. So I love you and thank you. Diana Ayala, my mentor. Even before I even thought about being in politics, we were running in NYCHA apartments, yelling at NYCHA about fixing houses. She wasn't in the council. I wasn't in the council, but we were still doing the work. So thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate everything you do. I would call her crying all the time, like, I did so bad on my interview for the endorsement. And she's like, Althea, calm down, you'll be okay. She's the most warmest person you'll ever meet. Like, every time I talk to her, she's like a warm cup of tea. So everybody get yourself a Diana, because she really does be calm when I'm in there going crazy. They even put our offices next to each other, because I say it all the time, it's because she really is in charge of me, and they know when I start acting up, they call Diana. Jason, when we first met me,
I guess I yelled at him. I don't think I yelled, but I was just saying strongly what I wanted. And he called Diana on me, and she called me and was like, why you yelling at Jason? I was like, I didn't even yell at him. I was just telling him I didn't want to do it. But maybe I did yell. And Tish, thank you so much. You are the blueprint for all of us women. You are the gold standard. It means so much that you took time out of your schedule today to swear me in. And I literally did not, like, when I won, I was like, Tish has to swear me in. And so you literally made my dream come true, and I appreciate you for being here. And thank you for all the hard work that you do. Thank you for standing up to bullies. Thank you for showing us that you could do the work and do it powerfully and continue to move in power. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Because of you, I'm here. Please believe that. I know all of you guys were getting some of this, the vendors, the food vendors. Shout out to all of them. I made it intentionally to make sure that I had people who were from the community. Shout out to Tiny's Kitchen. She's back there chefing it up. Thank you. She's amazing. So make sure you hit her up. We have a vegan vendor out there. All of you guys know I don't eat meat. She does it up. I met her a couple of years ago, and she has an amazing story. She makes amazing food. Please hit her up. I have Dante Desserts. Superstar D, who's sitting here in shades on. It is no sun in here. Why does he have on shades? But he also made some desserts. But I was real intentional about making sure that we had people from the community. And Musa, I'm not sure who made the fish patties. Musa, I don't know who it is, but I don't know her name. But I went to the mosque one time, and they had some amazing fish patties. And I said I would love them to have it here at my inauguration. So thank you for making that happen. Thank you to all the elected officials. Could I have all the elected officials stand up, please? And could everybody give them a round of applause, because I am so honored that so many of you guys came out. I truly am blessed. It is an amazing time to be an elected official, and thank you for your leadership. If you know me, everybody knows I hate thank you for your leadership. Once again, if you guys could just stop serving the food for about 5 minutes, it will not take that long, I promise you. Please stop serving the food, I appreciate it. But thank you all the electors who came out today from all across the city. We had people from Brooklyn, Queens. Everybody showed up, and I really do love and appreciate you guys. It is a powerful time to be in council. It is a powerful time to be in politics, because the thing about it is we actually really all like each other. And so that's great, which means we are working together collaboratively. So thank you guys. Hello? All right. Thank you to all my masters of ceremony. I know it was untraditional not to have one person hosting your inauguration, but I thought that it was important and imperative that I had people who loved me and been on this journey with me, even before I thought about being in politics, to share a moment with me. If you know me, I'm not about being in the spotlight, I'm about sharing it. So thank each and every one of you. Everyone who presented today is people who were near and dear to my heart, and I love each and every one of you. All right, thank you to my campaign, AKA the A-Team. Where is Kate at? Kate. Kate, where is she? Oh, she's sitting down. She's so little. Could you please stand up? That is my campaign. She was my campaign manager. She was my treasurer. She doubled as Diana's treasurer every now and again. She worked full time. And now she's also my chief of staff and my budget director. She helped organize all of this today. She makes me look so good, and I'm so grateful and thankful that I have a powerhouse like her on my team. So I thank you. I love you. We are a team, and just keep doing what you do and keep giving me attitude. I love it. Tyreek, who was my field director, you guys saw him up here, and he was getting emotional. So Tyreek, he told his story, but I just want to also take a moment to say, we often don't make space for black men who look like him, who came from the hood, as they like to say, or inner city youth. We don't make space for them. And like I said, when we met, he interviewed me. I was like, wait, I thought we were just having a conversation. He was like, no, I have a couple of questions I need to ask you. And I was like, you're very aggressive, all right. But after that meeting, we've been side by side ever since. He worked so hard. He works so hard for this community. He puts every bit of his love and soul into this work, and I appreciate you, I love you, and I thank you. So shout out to you. Marquise, he was the community organizer on my team. Thank you. We love you. He was organizing night shift for me. I remember when we had a conversation, he was one of the first people who was like, what you need me to do? I'm in there. How can I help? And he's been by my side ever since. So thank you, Marquise. Sky, Chantel's daughter, she also worked on my team, and she also transitioned. She also works for me now as well. Shout out to her, being young and educated and working. I know her mama happy about that. Also, thank you to my consultant, Jonathan Yadden, AKA my favorite ginger. He literally took a group of people who've never worked in politics and gave us the blueprint and held our hand every way we went. So I appreciate you. I thank you. I don't know if he's still here, but thank you. Shout out to the new members to the A team. Jatai's not new to the A team, but he now officially works for me. Where's Jatai at? Shout out to Jatai. That is my other baby. I met Jatai when he was 15 years old. I met him when I was working in the community center. He was also a teen dad, so we've always been very connected. And I have a whole bunch of kids here. Shout out to Carlton and all my babies who showed up for me today. Dante, fix your face, Dante. All my babies. These are young people that I worked with, and I'm just honored that they keep showing up for me and they keep supporting me because I love them all so much. So thank you. But he does all my communication, all my social media. That is Jatai. He's also getting his master's in communications arts. So we got gifted, educated black men on my team. So give it up for him. Shout out to him. We have Shelby. She's new to our team. She's in the back. She is our constituent service and office manager. Thank you. She is very new. We love you. And we have Michael, who community organizer, and he's going to be doing all the organizing throughout the 16. So thank you. So that is my team. Give them all a round of applause just again. I want to thank my family. I would like to start off by thanking the monarch of my family, the woman who I'm named after, Althea Nina Turnbull. I hope you see how far your family has come since you arrived in America from the British Virgin Islands in the 70s, and I hope that we made you proud. I would also like to know my grandmother was a proud DC 37 member for over 25 years. Our family is union strong, so shout out to them, and thank you, Grandma, I love you. My mother and father, who's been together for over 40 years, they are a true example of love and dedication, and I appreciate and love you so much. Thank you to my beautiful and brilliant daughter, who's grown into a hard-working woman, who is currently attending Baruch College, working full-time at Presbyterian Hospital, and also a proud 1199 union member, and she's also studying to become a surgical tech. Now, I thought I was hardworking, but she's like really putting me to shame because I don't know how she's doing all those things. But thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you, although you were late today. And even in all of that, she found time to style me for today. Shout out to Barry, who's sitting here, all of those. He designed my suit, so shout out to you, thank you. Thank you to my beautiful sister, who's been doing amazing work advocating for families of who has incarcerated loved ones. She also just published her first book called Unwritten Stories from Behind the Bars. She's also doing amazing work around self-care and circle work. Keep healing the community. Special thanks to all of my family who came out here today. I see my nephew Christopher, my cousin Keisha. They are my sisters, Michelle, Noelle, Crystal, Risa, Regal, Shayla. We got two Shaylas in the family. So we got little Shayla right there. We got big Shayla right there. We got my Aunt Doris. We got my Uncle Charles, my father, my mother, my grandma, my cousin Lynn, my cousin Lou. Thank you guys all for being here. I love you so much. I would not be here if I did not have the foundation that I had to be here. And so everybody knows that running for office is hard. But when you have a family that loves you and prays over you, anything is possible. So thank you. Thank you to my family. Give them a round of applause. It's okay. It's all right. They deserve it. As a child, I was always the rambunctious, rebellion, outspoken one. Was. However, one thing that had always been prevalent in my life, that I always have been blessed to have people around me to keep me focused and on track. Whether it was my grandmother who made sure I went to church every Sunday, which is why I have a strong spiritual foundation, or my Uncle Glenn, who would talk to me for hours about Black history, which is why I'm gonna say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud type of girl, or educators and youth developers who told me that I was an intellect even when I didn't believe it myself. But they continue to push for me and make sure I gave it my all. Or my cousin Shayla, who's always been my protector and by my side for every battle, whether physical or emotional. She got my back, y'all, so don't play with me. She'll my amazing group of friends. As you guys could see, the running joke today was I have over 100 best friends, which at this point I probably do. However, each and every one of them are truly a blessing to me. Everyone knows that the young people told me that I should run for office, but it was my friends who convinced me. They all immediately got to work. They raised money, they knocked on doors, they wiped my tears when I was crying, they gave me hugs, they gave me love and support, and they were my biggest cheerleaders, so thank you all. I really would not be here without my friends. I'm grateful and honored that God continues to surround me with amazing people that I get to call friends. That's right. Now, my District 16 family, thank you for trusting me to fight for the things that we need in our community and being the voice for the people at City Hall. This is our first budget cycle, and we've been doing our due diligence to meet with community groups, schools, and community with a better understanding of what is needed. As I've said so many times, I'm not doing this work alone. After the many meetings, we'll be investing in our communities and express things that need it most. We're investing over $250,000 in youth engagement, $100,000 in program targeting food insecurities, and supporting over 8 local senior centers. And additionally, we'll be pursuing partnerships this year to enhance and support the parks and green spaces in our communities, because access to outdoor space should not be dictated by neighborhoods. I'm extremely honored. You could clap, that's all right, that's a big up. Like, you can clap for that. We need space and we're gonna fight for it. I'm extremely honored that I get to serve as the Youth Services Chair. Thank you, Speaker Adams, for entrusting me to lead this very important work. For too long, youth services wasn't and hasn't been valued or invested in, but that changes now. Between my current colleagues in government and my former colleagues in human services, who are probably here today, let's shout them out. Could y'all give a round of applause? If you worked in nonprofit or human services, make some noise. That's right. That's right. We are rolling deep. We will continue to uplift and build a coalition to educate our city on how best to support and empower young people. As you all know, every moment in this county, every movement in this country has been led by young people. So it's our responsibility to give them the tools that they need to change the world. As Angela Davis once said, you have to act as if it were possible to radically transform the world, and you have to do it all the time. And that's what I strive to do, one young person at a time. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you, I love you, and I'm so excited for what we're about to get done. Thank you all.